Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is a bright and shining sun. This is the source of all light and life, right? This is a fully activated consciousness. This is clarity. This is awareness. This is perception. Yeah. This is also a great emergence, a great success. This is a great awakening. This is really a wonderful card to start out with. I think this is something that you will be experiencing if you're not already. This it's a leveling up. It's a kind of a feeling that all of the parts of you are working together. You know, that everything in your life is in harmony and that you are following your path perfectly, right? And it's also your ability to kind of see things in the distance. You know, the sun really does illumine the path for us. And I think that you're able to see not only what's happening kind of right now in front of you, but you're able to see the consequences of your actions. You're able to see long-term patterns and long-term events. A little bit of clairvoyance here for you. And I think that you can see what's coming, right? You know what is in store for you. So really, you don't need a tarot reading, but you're here, you might as well stick around. Let's put that card into some context, though. Let's see what is surrounding it, yeah? The Death card. This is major transformation. You can see the long-term, again, you can see the long-term results of what you're doing. You can see further down the path. You know how things are going to progress. And now the Death card is not a bad card. It's not an evil card. It is a card of transformation, a card of change. Okay, wow, and you got the Wheel of Fortune too. Yeah, this is real prosperity. This is real growth, real wealth in your life. Okay, we've got a Knight of Wands. We've got a Ten of Swords. I feel like we are transitioning out of something here, and with all these major arcana, these are really stunning cards. And of course, yeah, well, of course we've got the Star. The Star really is kind of the future of your path, right? You are this sun, which is also a star, right? But then we have this Star card kind of in the future position. So to me, it feels like we are traveling into the distance, that we are transitioning into a more a broader view of life, a more cosmic viewpoint even. But there's a lot of prosperity, a lot of flourishing that's taking place. And I think this is a breakthrough for you. I think it's a major breakthrough because, I mean, look at all this major arcana, right? And the Ten of Swords, usually this is about us leaving something old behind. The Death card sometimes is about grieving something and release, right? And we know that these are the bars of our cage. So I feel like this is a major breakthrough moment for you, but you knew. You know it's coming. It doesn't catch you by surprise, right? We've got the Hermit. We've got the Princess of Pentacles. That's very nice. We've got now, well, we've got now quite a few court cards here. We've got the Princess of Wands and the World, the universe. That is your orbit. We think of we've got the star, we've got all of the distant stars, and we've got the entire universe full of stars, right? So we have the one, we have the two, we have the many. And I think this is really a way that you're moving away from what has been limiting you. Now there's this unlimited energy. Your path is unlimited before you. So I feel like you are getting away from something that isn't something that I am a spirit showing me your shoelaces tied together. Did somebody used to do that to you, or were you doing that to people like as a kid, as a practical joke or something? There's something with the shoelaces tied together. Yeah, two different shoes. And it's kind of like we're handicapping ourselves like that, you know? We're getting away from that. That's the 10 of Swords, getting away from what is limiting us. There are bars around us, and this is your great escape. You know, this is your great escape. Wonderful movie, by the way. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one. Ooh, this is a few. Oh, we got a lot. Look at that. Well, why don't we just use those? Why don't we let these 4 be our mystery cards then today? This is, you get a special treat here today, Taurus. We usually don't have 4 mystery cards. Today we do. The most I think we've ever had is 2. But here we have 4, and we're going to put our very own Kelly Kapoor right on top of those, and she can guard those for us. We're not going to look at those cards until the very end, all right? I know it's tempting. But they'll tie everything together. They'll give us the confirmation, and they'll give us the key to all of this at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what those cards might be, or you have a guess for 1 or 2 or all of them, put your prediction, the many, right? We've got the mystery cards, the 1, the 2, we've got the many mystery cards. So to me, it feels like this is a way for you branching out in your life, connecting with other people, connecting with other stars, connecting with the universe, right? So maybe you're moving into more of a connected state, a sense of community. You're finding your people, you're finding your tribe, you're finding where you belong. You're breaking away from that cage. You're getting out of these bars, right? And you're getting to this real freedom, the freedom to do your will, the freedom to live your life. Not the freedom to do anything you want, which is why we've got the Princess of Wands in the position of what we don't want. We don't want to just do anything we want and act impulsively and just run wild, right? We want to do what we're meant to do. We want to stick to the path that is meant for us. And I feel like this is the moment, this is that major breakthrough moment where you realize what your path is. Yeah. And with the Sun card right here in the middle, I feel like you know it's coming. You know that this breakthrough is on its way. Maybe you're already experiencing this. Maybe you can sense that it's so close. I feel like this is something that's been going on for a long time. I'm feeling a fatherly energy around you. Older male energy, could be dad, could be grandpa, could be an older sibling, could be an older uncle or something, but an older male energy that has passed, right? They're in spirit now, but they're very close to you still. They had something with their heart. Yeah, I don't know if it was a heart attack or if it was something sudden kind of with the heart, yeah. I feel like they're still with you. I feel like they're still a major influence in your life. Someone that you still hold very, very dear. They like to put a lot of pepper on their food, right? They were kind of the spicy person. They would put like pepper or chili peppers or something on everything that they would eat. Even weird things, right? They would put the spices on even things that you wouldn't assume should be spicy. Yeah, Spirit's showing me that kind of putting pepper on ice cream kind of vibe. You know, like they would just do something. They had a weird palate like that. But that person's still very close to you. I think you come from a very tight-knit family. But I don't know. I don't know if mom is still around, but I feel like dad was the one. Dad was the one that you really connected with. Maybe they worked with food. I'm kind of getting this restaurant vibe, or they had a favorite restaurant, or that's like a fond memory that you have was the restaurant, and then your dad like putting the pepper on everything, you know, even on the desserts and that sort of thing. Spicy desserts, that's a thing, right? That sounds pretty good, actually. I feel like that was your person. I don't know if maybe it was a single father situation, but I feel like you have a sibling too. And I feel like you and your sibling were always not in competition, but there'd be occasions where one of you seemed to be more successful and the other one seemed to be struggling. And then one would be struggling and the other would be very successful. But there was a lot of helping each other. You know, when one of you would have an abundance of something, you would share it with the other one. Yeah. And I feel like it was a close family in that way, even though there seems to have been some struggles. And I wonder if you and your sibling, maybe you're not talking so much now after dad passed. Right? I don't know how long ago that was. I'm thinking maybe in the last year. But I feel like now you and your sibling don't talk as much as you used to. Spirit's saying that the two of you still need to rely on each other, support each other. Yeah. I'm getting an R and a K. I don't know if that's the name of sibling and dad or something like that, but an R and a K name involved in your life in some way. But I feel like dad's still with you in spirit. And I wonder if you have still a lot of conversations with dad. And I feel like this is part of your, kind of part of your internal spiritual, religious, meditative practice is to have like that inward conversation, you know, just like bouncing ideas off of spirit, you know, and coming to these really, like it really is like a two-way conversation. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Anyway, we've got our major arcana, a lot of major arcana today. A lot of major arcana. And then we've got our fire. We don't have any water cards. We've got a little bit of air, and we've got some earth. And I feel like this is really, because, you know, we have princess, and then a knight. I feel like this really is about the family dynamics, and there really is this issue going on with your sibling. And I don't know too much about your sibling, but I feel like there's maybe it's not a blood relation, but it's somebody who's like a sibling, right? Someone that's the same age as you, a contemporary. It feels like you're related. There's a bond there, but it feels like the communication hasn't been what it should be, or what it used to be anyway. And I wonder if that's part of this Ten of Swords, if that's part of this breakthrough that we might be experiencing. Yeah. Also, do you press flowers? Spirit showing me dried flowers that, like in a book, you put a flower and keep it in a book or whatever to dry it out. Is that something that you do? Or maybe that's something that, I don't know, maybe that's something that you did with dad, or dad did that. But I feel like there's still a flower in a book somewhere. And I don't know that you know what's in there. Yeah, Spirit's saying maybe that's something you do, but that you forgot one or something. And now if that light bulb's going off, go look and see what page that's on. Read the verse that's on that page, okay? The breakthrough is coming. I think it's a breakthrough in communication with the family thing that's going on, or whoever this other person is. It feels like a sibling. But I feel like this is also, in a lot of ways, some energy that's been keeping you down, because I feel that the hermit energy is, the hermit here is ready to emerge, okay? We do have this death card, like I said, the sun and this the death card. Now, the death card is not what is giving me the impression that somebody has passed in your life, okay? The death card for me very rarely means that we're losing a person or that there was a death in the family, okay? Spirit has other ways of relaying that information. I feel like this is really about your personal, spiritual, internal transformation and progress and evolution. Okay, and I think it's been a slow process for you, and maybe it does have to do in a way with the loss of dad, because I feel like maybe the grieving process it's taken a long time. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's been a year, maybe it's been more than that, but it's still we're still having trouble kind of getting through this energy. And I think opening up the communication with that sibling or whoever that contemporary person is, it might facilitate some of that, because you have a lot of path left to walk. Yeah. And a lot more space, a lot more ground to cover. And I really do, I feel like the star, let's put that back. I feel like the star card is more about you connecting with your sense of purpose again, reconnecting with what you're meant to be doing in your life. I don't know if you were on a path before and then this happened with dad and you got off track a little bit. I feel like we're getting back on track now. And I feel like you've always been able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but now the light is here. Now you've emerged on the other side of that tunnel, and here you are. It feels like you're in a new land, right? It feels like you're on a new world, a different world. And I think you knew that this was coming. You always knew that there was light at the end of that tunnel. You always knew that you were progressing towards something, but it's like you were never in a hurry to really get there. And you kind of just, you were enjoying the days, you were enjoying the time that you had. But I think it's kind of like you knew that there was a moment where you'd have to say, all right, it's time to get back to it. Yeah. And I feel like that time is now, because I feel like the universe is setting things up in a way for you professionally, spiritually, personally. Everything is aligning right now. This wheel of fortune, this Jupiter energy is down beneath the surface. You feel inside that just for whatever reason, everything just kind of aligned perfectly. And it's indicating to you that, okay, this is now like Spirit's unlocking the future. Now it's time for you to step up and walk through this doorway, right? To kind of pop out the other side of this tunnel. And I think that you're ready to get back, kind of getting back in the saddle, so to speak. Yeah. Your Spirit's saying that there's a lot of growth that has taken place inwardly. Now it's time for the growth outwardly. Okay. Owls are a very important symbol for you right now. Okay. I don't know if it's like a barn owl, but it's the brown one with the bright yellow eyes, Very important symbol for you. I don't know if you have been having dreams of owls or if you've been seeing them a lot, like out in nature or on the internet or TV or something. But the brown barn kind of owl is significant for you right now. There's something that isn't, you and this sibling person, there's something that you guys aren't talking about. It may be what's happened with Dad, but I feel like there's something else. There's something else that like needs to be hashed out. Yeah, I almost feel like it just has to be like one of you has to break the ice, right? One of you has to break the ice. Let's talk about the path of the serpent, and let's look at this hermit energy. I feel like this is some isolation. This is some separating ourselves from maybe the rest of the family, from the rest of this is us in that tunnel, right? This is us going through our process. We know that eventually we're going to have to reemerge and get back in the saddle, so to speak. But for right now, this is where you've been. And this is a lot of internal growth, internal change. You've been working on a lot of things inside of you. Okay. Healing and making progress and connecting with Source and with Spirit. And now I feel like it's time for this hermit to throw off the cloak and emerge as this solar power here, this solar spirit and energy, this enlightened consciousness, this bright and shining star, and get back to your outward progress, your path in life. Okay? So it's not that you've been stuck. I've been trying to avoid saying that you've been stuck, because it's not that you have been stuck. It's just that you've been focusing on internal growth. Okay? I think you have very good money instincts too, right? I feel like, Spirit's telling me that I don't know if you haven't been working lately or you took some time off, but the money's not an issue. Like there's still enough coming in that you always have found ways to like make ends meet. And it's just kind of like, you feel almost that Spirit always takes care of you, and really I don't believe in luck, right? So I think that a lot of it is the consequences of your own actions. A lot of this is karma. You've always put in the work. You've always done the right things and you've been smart about things. And yeah, there's been a certain magic to it, which maybe feels like luck, a certain synchronicity. But it's because of your efforts that then the universe responds to you and puts things in your place for you. Okay? So I feel like you've always been good at making ends meet. You're not too worried about that stuff. It'll figure itself out, right? I do think that the current work that you do, even if you've taken some time off, there was something strange about how you got that job. It's either through a friend of a friend or an accident, or there was some kind of you sent your resume to the wrong place or something, and then it just happened to be this like really cool job, or I don't know. There's something weird about how you got your current employment. Yeah. The hermit is essentially the one that is searching for that starlight. And that's the star, that's the sun, that is the lamp that the hermit is holding. Okay? And I feel like this is the breakthrough. This is the moment where we kind of pop out on the other side, and here we are, here we are in what seems like a different world, right? And it is a different world because we are different. The circumstances are different. Things have changed. The Princess of Pentacles in the position of your environment is reminding you that your resources, the things that are available to you in the external world, in your life, out in society, right, are infinite. There's no limit. Okay? There's no limit to what you can build for yourself, the progress that you can make. You've got all these wonderful cards today. The Wheel of Fortune, you've got the Sun card, the Star. You've got the Princess of Pentacles, which really is also finding resources in unexpected places. And this kind of goes with that weird thing about how you got your job and the fact that the money stuff for you always seems to work out in the end. Like ends always meet somehow for you. Because I think you're able to find the magic in the mundane. You're able to see the extra in the ordinary. So you're able to find value and find opportunity where other people can't. Yeah, where other people can. I also feel like you have some jewelry. I think there's a ring of your father's that you still have. And I think I don't know if it's in a drawer somewhere or something like that, but Dad's trying to remind you about it, like you forgot that it's in there. Or maybe it's in his drawer, and maybe you haven't moved much of his belongings yet. But there's a ring that he wants you to find. I don't know if it's an old wedding ring or something, or if it's meant for you, or if it's meant to be, I don't know. But he's pointing out that there's this little box in a drawer with a ring in it. He wants you to find it. Okay. Well, we were talking about the Princess of Wands here, and this is the idea that you don't want to do anything you want. And I think that this is really a big factor here, because it would be easy to just kind of run wild and have absolutely no restraint. But that's not what freedom is. Freedom really is knowing your purpose and being able to participate in that purpose with no restrictions. With no restrictions coming from our own mind, really, from our own circumstances, our own beliefs or values about the world. Okay, I think this really is a major breakthrough for you. There is this enlightenment. There is this internal change, this progress, this spiritual progress that you've been making is reaching a certain milestone. And then it's time for you to emerge outwardly and pursue whatever this purpose is. And Spirit is calling you towards something specific. It's not this haphazard, impulsive energy that just runs wild. This is not what we want, right? Maybe at one point you were a little bit, I was going to say carefree, but maybe careless, right? Maybe we were a little bit impulsive at some point in our life. And this is we realize that this is not the good life. This is not freedom to just kind of do whatever you want and not worry about the consequences. What you're trying to do now is really step into your very best life, step into the best version of yourself. Okay. This is finding your place in the world. This is also a lifting of restrictions and boundaries with this universe card here. Okay. I feel like this card's also suggesting that there is a journey involved here. Maybe this sibling energy, maybe they live quite far away. Maybe that's the journey. Maybe this is, you're emerging from this hermit period and you're ready to take on the world, so to speak. You're ready to travel. And I wonder if your chosen career, this path, this purpose, this fate that you have is going to take you on a long distance journey. Okay. Europe comes to mind immediately. I don't know who is in Europe with you or for you or connected to you. But I think the idea is that you're finding where you belong. You're finding your sense of community. And I don't think it necessarily is right there where you are right now. So I think you have, because the whole thing about this is this Sun card. You know all of this already. I'm not telling you anything new. You know that your future is not right here. Your future is somewhere a little bit further away, maybe a lot further away. There is some destination that you aspire to. Okay, and Spirit's saying that this is that moment where it's time to get all that stuff rolling, to get all that stuff going again. Get back in the saddle and get there, wherever that destination is. I want to look at these 4 mystery cards now. These are going to be fun. Maybe we'll take them one at a time. If you have any predictions, now's the chance. Put them down in the comments. Let's look at the first one. Oops, what is that? The star again. Well, that's pretty. I mean, that's an obvious one, right? So we've got a doubling of that star. And so that again is kind of affirming to me that there is this, there is the inward growth and progress that you're making, but then there's also this outward, and then yeah, of course, the bottom card is the 3 of Cups. Let's just look at all these now. We got a 3 of Swords. We've got an Ace of Cups. So the 3 of Swords, yeah, that's confirming what I was suspecting about this, and that there was this loss. That I feel like this is that older male energy that is past, that is in spirit, and it's been a long kind of grieving process for you. And I'm really sorry for your loss. You do have my sincere condolences. With the star energy, it feels like now it's time to live again. You know, we got the Ace and the 3 of Cups. I think that you are, you're following your bliss, you're following your holy grail, and I feel like you're coming together with friends and family. Maybe in this new destination, maybe this is where the sibling lives. Maybe you're going closer to other family members that may live in quite far away from you. But there's been a lot of internal progress in your life lately. And now it's time for that breakthrough, for that inner progress to really break through into the external world, and for you to start putting all of that kind of spiritual energy into practice, carving out your future and your life, and what will be your kind of, like your forever home, your kind of permanent destination. And the 3 of Cups, I think, is really a good omen, because this is kind of a family card. This is everybody joining together and participating and partaking of the abundance and partaking of love. Yeah, sharing in the bounty. So I feel like it's time now for you to reconnect with this family member. It feels like a family member, could be a friend. It could be a lover too, or a spouse or something that's been... There's some distance there, but it feels like the two of you used to be close, but since Dad passed, there's been more and more distance between the two of you. But this is showing the reconciliation of that. So I like this, very hopeful. I like this very, very much. Now, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link in the corner. There's one down below. New readings for Taurus every Monday and Friday, but I am here every day. You can come see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you are watching from. And also check out my wife's channel. She does tea leaf readings, and her channel is Ula Tea Leaf Readings. That's ULA Tea Leaf Readings. Marvelous work. I want you to know, Taurus, that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you. And we're all in this together.